I really love this decision.
Over the middle, got his man, and look at him go! Jalen Waddle for the touchdown!
Welcome to Inside Leverage, your gateway to the fascinating realm of the Miami Dolphins. Join us as we delve deep into the team's dynamic Super Bowl journey. We invite you to share your most scorching takes, unwind, and relish in our captivating experience.
Tagovailoa, blocked by Armstead, going, he's got him, Tyreek Hill, and the Dolphins have come back.
A big play on the first one, home run, play one, to the house. What a start for the Dolphins.
It's Inside Leverage. We always gonna put on a show, baby. That's what we do.
We tell the people, all the physical things coming your way.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another show of Inside Leverage Live.
Dale suavecito. Baja. Dale suavecito. Dale, mami, no lo pares, que tú tienes un flow criminal, ya tú sabes. Sacúdelo. Baja. Dale suavecito. Baja. Dale, mami, no lo pares, que tú tienes un flow criminal, ya tú sabes. Sacúdelo.
What up, though? What up?
Off-season vibe. What's going on? We fight.
You know how we do.
We fight, baby.
Right. I'm talking about what we got in the docket today, man.
Hey, listen, man. Lots to talk about. We had the combine interview. Coach McDaniel was up there, spitting some game. You know, was talking some real nice information. Just waiting for everybody else to show up so we can go forward with that. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. I see Junior's got that workout flow on.
Oh man. I haven't worked out this week yet, but I'm again on that itch. Just like the draft, just like the agency, that itch is coming. It's around the corner.
Yes,
and I'll start working out pretty soon. So yeah, man.
You look like you don't work out. It's okay.
Oh, you'll be surprised, man. I do a little flex. You don't want me to flex real quick.
I
You
don't
want me to
even
flex.
flex, man.
You don't want me to flex.
I don't even work out, man. I have a dad.
So hey, so says the guy that wears a Space Jam T-shirt. That's like 85.
I'm telling you.
That's right. I keep it cool with the gangster shirts. Don't get mad at me.
Oh wait, you speak of what?
You see, you try to be cool. Look, you see what I'm saying?
Original gangster, baby.
Whatever, bro.
It's the OG.
You see these guys right here? These guys are original.
Who is that, bro?
These are the monsters against Space Jam. What are you talking about?
No, I'm not familiar with those. I'm sorry.
You're not familiar with those? Yeah, Bugs Bunny. Yeah, you were here before those guys, but
yeah, I was watching it when they were racist. Yeah.
Wow.
What's up, French?
I was gonna say, you had me backstage like I was.
Bro, you were late, bro. You later.
You're always late, bro. Come on, man.
No, bro. Like, I don't understand it, bro. Like,
Bro, treating me like Derrick Henry, bro. Like y'all want me or y'all don't want me,
bro. Honestly, I just don't understand. No. See.
Y'all want me or y'all don't want me, man. What's up? Make your mind up.
You don't struck a nerve now.
Hey, so let's talk about that. What happened today, man?
Oh, listen, bro. People just don't want to win. They don't want to win. Derrick Henry.
Expand on that, bro.
How so, Sway?
Derrick Henry can't run outside zones, so he doesn't fit the scheme of the Dolphins. And since we got Raheem Mostert, we can't pay no running back. We can't get none running back because we have Achon, and the way it's set up, I need to move the 3.7 for Raheem Mostert in my bank account, put it in my business account, and then if you put it in my business account,
is it a 3.7? I thought it was lower.
I might be able to get me a Derrick Henry, but if you get a Derrick Henry, you might have to move on from Raheem Mostert, and Raheem Mostert got us 20 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of touchdowns. You know what I'm talking about? That's basically what people said to me.
Is it 3.7 or 3 whatever?
It's 3 something. It's 3 in a biscuit.
During the biscuit. I mean, that's the range. I don't know, man. People
But
must have forget. We try to go pursue Jonathan Taylor, or that's the rumor, right? So I mean, the team might be willing to go get a guy like him or somebody that can help. So I don't know, man. People be tripping sometimes.
I agree.
if the emphasis is on running the ball and having a potent run game and the San Francisco blueprint and running the ball and having good defense, being able to run the ball. And one of the things everybody kept saying is in December, January, when they know you're going to run the ball on 3rd and 1 and you run it anyway. Look at what the Lions did on 3rd and 17. They ran it. When you can overly be aggressive in the run game, and if for right now that's McDaniel's Achilles heel, I wouldn't mind adopting more of that run style concept, whether it's the outside zone with Raheem and A-Chain and more of the inside zone run, because the inside zone, when you run in between that A and B gap, is where at times we found our bread and butter to beat teams, but we started it late back when we were down a touchdown or two. So being able to run those inside zone concepts, to be able to run up that A and B gap and being able to possibly cut back, with the Derrick Henry and being able to be versatile with that kind of run scheme, I feel like giving that element. Listen, you put a Derrick Henry in this playbook, the play action should be 7 every time. At that point, on 3rd and 1, go for the bomb.
Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. My bad. No. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm just saying, because listen, a Derrick Henry in this offense, the play action should be lethal, because you're gonna run them on 3rd and 1 to pick up the first, and when you get to 3rd and 1 again to run that same play, and you hit them over the top because they overly committed to the run, Dan Marino feasted off that. And you a genius when it worked. Coach, you seen it.
Listen, I was just gonna tell you the knock. I should say the knock, but the criticism of Shula has always been that Danny never had that legit running game. We can use Elway as an example. Elway didn't win anything until who showed up? Terrell Davis. When Terrell Davis and that running game turned up, Elway got his championship. So that's one of the things that people have been a little critical about Shula, is that he never provided Dan and the Dolphins with a legit run game. There were years that the run game was a little better than others, but for the most part, it was a run game and the defense that failed them. And which, as good as Dan was, he couldn't do it by himself. And I think go ahead. I'm sorry, Junior. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say is that it's not so much a San Francisco blueprint, but a successful blueprint has always been a dominant defense and a running game that keeps the other offense off the field, especially in the postseason. So I think that's the way we're headed. We can see that Mike's been trying to implement that, but for a variation of reasons, we haven't been able to do that successfully, consistently over the seasons. Go ahead, Junior.
Here's my thing. It's not necessarily we didn't have a good running success. We did. We were ranked high. We can all agree with that. But it's in situations where we really need it, we didn't do it enough, specifically on the inside zone. Here's a fact or a statistic I heard from Kyle Krabs, one of Locked On's podcasts. Mostert and Achane, they had the most yards per carry doing inside zone. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's very interesting to hear that. So why wasn't it done more often? It seems like those guys are not too suited to do it too often, even though Mostert put on the weight and put on the added 10 more pounds to be able to do that, but we still didn't do it enough with him. But they still averaged out a lot of yards running inside zone. So you can tell that physicality, that running in between the inside, between the guard and left guard and right guard, and doing it consistently, that's kind of what's the missing piece on this offense. And a guy like Derrick Henry or any guy, even a draftee that has that physicality, that can take us to another level. Mostert is only here for one more year, so you're gonna need someone else anyway. So we got a speed. We need power.
If I may interject here,
Wally, hold that thought before we move on. I just want to bring up this comment by one of our viewers, Mr. Campbell, and this is factual. Terry Kirby was the best running back Dan Marino ever had, and it's pretty crazy. Consider, I mean, there's other names that we can bring up.
Stop playing my man's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, man.
No. Hey, KAJ was good, but he wasn't Terry Kirby. He wasn't Terry Kirby.
Stop playing my man. Then it's only a 1 year wonder. But to further Junior's point, I think people are not paying enough attention to the issue at hand, and the issue at hand is the linemen. We were running that inside zone like to perfection. It went down with Wynn, and we still were running it, and then we lost Connor Williams, and boom, and then we lost Hunt. So you're not gonna run that with Liam and them. You're not. So that inside zone is dead. So I think if you gave me some linemen, that's my whole point, man. Like my whole point, like, oh, bell cows and this and this and this and that. You can't be a bell cow if you don't have a whole speed to run through it, man. You need an offensive line. So give me a guard, give me another center, let's run. They're gonna be down. The inside's not gonna work. I promise you.
It doesn't help that you get injured so many damn times and you have a lineup of different players. It just doesn't help your offense. So
it was musical chairs. It was musical chairs.
It really was.
And how you run it in? Why did the outside runs work? Because you still had your stables is Austin Jackson and T-Set or Lamb. They were always a stable thing. The inside of the offensive line was a carousel.
Yeah, it was a mess. Listen, we got another question from one of the viewers. What do you think? And this is for anybody. What do you guys think of Shipley in the draft?
Man, that man was in college for 35 years, man. Get out my face for that.
Excuse my incompetence. Who is Shipley?
Man, that's a running back that played Clemson. He's an all-purpose guy. He was supposed to be the next CMC, and he nothing. Clemson did nothing with Homie. He went to school for 7 years. It did nothing.
Is that his fault, or you think that's Clemson's fault?
I mean, CMC got drafted out of Stanford. Ain't nobody. You don't know who his quarterback was. Yeah, Clemson was consistently putting top 10 classes. Did they have a fall off? Maybe they had a drop off, but nah, Will Shipley's not that dude. Maybe. Hey, I'll be surprised. I wouldn't. Maybe. I might be wrong. But I'm not.
Well, you're not a running back guru. You're an offensive line guru.
Yeah, so like I'm Chad's a running back, so he knows. But to my guru perspective, simply, if you get him in the 6th or 7th round, that's a value pick.
Well, I'll pose the question to our fellow listener. Who is your top 5 guys at running back you would choose in the draft?
You got 5?
Yeah, top 5. I need top 5.
You got 5?
I have no 5. To be honest, I've been looking at offensive line, man. Offensive line, defensive end, defensive tackle.
I know 2 guys. The one guy, I know he's probably like a later round guy, is a guy from Troy, Vidal, which I'll be totally honest and transparent. That's my boy's son. So
okay.
Of course, I'm gonna root for the kid. Shout out to Kwame.
Which is made love Kwame.
Kwame, that's my boy's. That's his dad. So yeah. So the other guy was the guy. I don't know if Chad's available there, but it was a guy that he was talking about. God, it sucks to get old.
There's a guy from North Dakota State. There's a guy from Kentucky. There's a kid from Tulane. There's a kid from USC. There's a couple kids in Notre Dame.
But I need you to give me some names, bro. Give me some names, and I'll tell you which one is the one I'm thinking about. I can't remember right now the guy's name, but it was somebody that Chad had brought it up, and I liked him. He was God, it sucks. Well, whatever. We'll come back to it, but I'm sure Chad will show up and we'll talk about it.
Well, here's what I'm looking for.
Go ahead.
Here's what I'm looking for. I need physical contact balance. I need speed. You gotta be decent and with speed, and you gotta make sure you have some type of hands. Listen, you don't have to be a good pass catcher. Just be adequate. But the main thing I'm looking for, contact balance and speed. So when you break one or two tackles and that space is available, you're gone. As a prospect in the draft, I need that. I need a guy who is that and who is able to contribute. May not be the main starter, but you put out there and you do something with it. You're eager, you're excited. Kind of like Pacheco, man. I really like Pacheco and how he runs aggressive. And if we could get a guy like that, maybe there isn't one in this draft. Y'all can tell me who. Let me know in the comments down in the section, man. Let me know who is the Pacheco in this
I
draft.
don't know about Pacheco, but I know a guy that
With
runs
speed.
hard.
Yeah.
Runs hard, and
Mm.
that's Frank George. That's Frank Gore.
I got the name.
I love him. Love him.
Frank Gore Jr.
Yes, I'll take
Yeah.
him. That's the only guy I know so far.
No, it
Go
was
get him.
the one that I was talking about that Chad had brought up is Bucky Irving out of Oregon.
I mean, if I was able to get in, I mean, it's like, dang, like one after
What do
the
you
other.
mean?
Bro, I've been waiting. There was never a pause or anything. Like everybody
you
just kept
kidding
going
me?
one after the other from
I
one
was
thing
like,
to the next thing, and I never been able to get in. I just been trying to say, like, yeah, like Bucky Irving, you got Braylon Allen from Wisconsin, Audric Estime from Notre Dame, you got fucking Ray Davis from Kentucky, you got Kamani Vidal from Troy that you were talking about, you got Jalen Wright from Tennessee, you got a bunch of guys, bro. There's a bunch of guys.
So much.
Dylan Law from New Hampshire, I want to say.
Hey, are you
You
outside?
got the South Dakota State kid, Isaiah Davis, bro. You got a bunch of kids. You got a bunch of guys in the draft. It depends on what you're looking for.
Tell them about the Michigan kids. Tell them about
Blake Corum. You got Blake Corum. You got bro. You got a bunch of guys, bro.
the kid from USC.
Jonathan Brooks from Texas. You got Trey Benson from Florida State. Yeah, bro. There's a bunch of guys, man. It's a bunch.
I like Benson a lot. I really like Benson.
Hey, Dorsal
Yeah, he's
Flex.
nice.
Check it out. Dorsal Flex said that Shula won with 3 running backs, which is true. This is the 70s. Zonka Morrison kick.
Yeah.
So we need to get 3 running back. But what you don't understand, what you don't understand though. Let me break this down to you, young fella. That's really a running back and 2 running backs and a fullback.
Fullback, correct.
You feel me?
Yes,
we already got that. We need to add more to it. What you need to add is a guy. If you like, we were having this conversation earlier about a bell cow, right? Yeah, we talk about a bell cow, right? And how some people don't believe Achan can be a bell cow. I disagree, but whatever. But if you're gonna bring a guy to run in between the tackles, you need to get a guy that's on quote unquote for this specific starting running back group. You need to get like a Gus Edwards, of Deonta Freeman, a bruiser, a big back.
Yeah,
a
big boy.
back.
Yeah.
So to me, that's all I'm in. That's what if you bring a big boy with Ingold and Achan and Achan and Mosa, I'm with it.
I mean, that for me personally, that's what I've been wanting for a while now. You got to get that guy that you know that you give the ball at 3rd and 1, he's going to be able to convert. You know what I mean? I know that it has a lot to do with the offensive line, but it doesn't hurt to have a big guy back there getting the ball, you know, and pushing that offensive line and picking up that yard. You know what I mean? Where you're not having to throw a pass on 3rd and 1 when it's an obvious, you know, I should say an obvious running down, but something which is easy to pick up the first down. So, or relatively easy. Go ahead.
These guys are clamoring for Leonard Fournette. They were clamoring for those guys. This is the same fan base. It's the same fan base that wants to keep Raheem Mostert because he had 20 touchdowns. But where was he against Kansas City? Where was he against the Bills? Where was he against the Titans?
That's fair.
Like it's all cute the first 4 weeks, the first 6 weeks is all nice. But what happened when you got punched in the mouth? Nothing, cause he was in the injuries or on load management, this and that. Nah, bro. We need someone we can rely on. And that what happened. You can't. And people were making the same argument for Achan, but he was a freakish injury. Somebody landed on him, and that led to injuries. It wasn't because he was running and the wear and tear. It was nothing. Somebody
a durability thing, right?
Yeah. So I'm not with that.
All right. So I don't know. Did you guys hear or watch McDaniel's press conference today from the combine?
I didn't get to hear a whole lot of it, but I got the clip, like some of the clip notes from the beat writers on Twitter, speaking about um they want to keep Wilkins, of course, Tua and his extension, and of course the Armstead and
I don't
him
know. I don't know why
declaring.
you're being. I don't know why you're being coy. Talk about the real news, which was Dan Crossman. That's Dan Crossman. Talk about Dan Crossman. What you talking about Dan Crossman? Huh? What you talking about Dan Crossman? Huh?
Well, here's where I want to say, and I never got a chance to say it on the space. There were some that were saying that maybe McDaniel had a certain way that he wanted the special teams to approach, and maybe that Crossman was the guy to do that. Is that enough, or was that something to agree on? I don't agree with that. I think that wasn't enough. It shouldn't be. Now you got Burrios, who was a Pro Bowler special teamer the previous year, and you were expecting him to give you at least decent good field position consistently. I don't know about y'all. I don't think he did it enough for us. I think at times it just seemed it wasn't explosive at all. I thought I thought it was going to be a little more better, and it wasn't.
Barris is
So
a bust.
for me, you know.
Oh, you got muted.
You get a phone call. Mint Mobile.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
So long story short, I get if Crossman was following McDaniel and his what he wanted as far as special team. I think that it wasn't enough, and I do not agree of keeping him here. I think we could do better. I think we could find better if we can, but he's here. So, like Chad said in the space, he's here now. So we got to just move forward and see if we can maybe incorporate or add more explosive players to help special teams and get key guys that can help the special teams and kickoff and all that.
Yeah, so I got the I'm showing the transcript right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but let's I'm going to read exactly what McDaniel said why he retained Danny Crossman.
That's a lot of reading, bro. Like
it'll be fast. It'll be Cliff Notes.
You said you could read that? All of that?
I don't know. I didn't go to Miami High, so I think I can read. So anyway,
Miami High is in A school right now.
Yeah, right. Maybe now, but not a couple years ago. Anyway, moving on. So it's a good question, he says. I think so many of the decisions that I have to make are very layered, although results are very, very important. And I think Coach Crossman would agree with the statement that the results aren't where we want them to be. No shit. However, so much of my job is determining the compounding variables and the why to things. Ultimately, I think the bottom line is picturing us moving forward and how to get that phase of the football team to find improvement necessary for us to take steps in our game as a team. And I determined he was the appropriate guy to lead us and to fix the things that haven't been up to standard. So, what do you guys think about that?
Man, I hope you're right. I really do. I hope he's right. I hope that they can provide him the pieces, and I hope that once he get those pieces, he shows the results, because this is gonna be an indictment on him if it doesn't work out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again, we don't know exactly what McDaniel wanted from that special teams, but I think incorporating more explosive plays, moments in the special team, I think it's important for us. You got to have all three phases gelling and having, being good. And we weren't good last year. Just, Sanders was good. Again, Barrios did stuff in moments, but it wasn't consistent.
Right.
But we still were in the bottom of the league, I think. I don't know what the numbers are, but
Bailey was horrible.
But can I say this? Can I be a little bit opposite?
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, friends. Nice
because
to have you here.
the one thing I want to pay attention to is, Chad. I see what you mean. Just trying to get in with these guys. It's
wow.
You got to fight through the screen, big dog. You got to fight through the screen,
bro.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I feel like Durham Smythe, man.
No,
I'm
you,
with
you
Tim, bro.
no, French. What you look like is Tyreek Hill against the Chiefs game
We looking a little
where he fumbled the ball trying to fight through the screen. He couldn't fight through that.
So what I would say with special teams is Jason Sanders bounced back last season and had a solid season. The thing with special teams specifically is with special teams, you want to execute in the field goal aspects of the game. Bailey was the biggest Achilles heel of the special teams unit.
Correct.
And when you talk about not muffing the ball, not muffing the punt, not muffing you know what I mean? We ain't had to deal with that in I think the last 2 years. So whether or not you might have not agreed with the philosophy as far as being aggressive, where it's the run back for 30 yards, but being able to catch the ball, start at the 20, get your offense going is what every coach wants. Because the last thing you need to do, you know what I mean, is make a boneheaded play on special teams. Now it's easy to make a mistake. You know, somebody muffs, gets tackled the wrong way, sprung the wrong way, misses a block. Next thing you know, you're being down inside the 2. Now there's a safety. Now the game is going backwards. So there are a bunch of compounding variables to everything with special teams. But when I look at Jason Sanders doing what he had to do, bounce back, shout out Jason Sanders, Bailey being the Achilles heel of the special teams, and just guys not being or shall I say Crossing not having a full complement of players to, you know, run his unit the way he needs to. So, I mean, there's context to everything. So, most importantly, let's get Bailey off the team.
Listen. I think what you got to understand is that we don't have any explosive players on either side of in special teams. Like you can't say, oh, we have an explosive returner. You have potential. Those guys in.
I was gonna say, Wally, we could have put A-Chain back there to return it, but you don't want to do that.
Exactly. So
No, we could not have put A-Chan back there. Why would we have put our dynamic rookie on special teams? Like,
Chad, explain that. I need you to explain that.
well, Devon A-Chan was already shouldering the load of having to come into the league, training through the draft, getting his body all ready together. He was having trouble staying healthy as it is. I don't think it was smart to have him taking unnecessary risk on special teams. And then if people got hurt on special teams, everybody would be like, what are we doing? Just like with Raekwon McMillan.
So then you have to draft.
Shout out to Raekwon.
So you can't. My point is you can't have explosive. You can't expect explosive plays out of non-explosive players. Braxton Berrios. Hold on. Let me get a little cooking. Like Braxton Berrios is a nice sound return guy, makes the right play. But you know what? What the key to Braxton Berrios is? The blocking. There's never been you seen him catching the ball. He ain't shaking nobody. He ain't doing none of that. It's blocking.
Yeah, not at that age. Yeah.
Yeah, and not even at the U. He wasn't shaking. He wasn't shaking, baking nobody. It was all the blocking. It was the play draw and all that good stuff. We did not have the guys to create that. You saw Cedric Wilson that doesn't have any shake out there. Do the same thing. So what we need to do is get some guys that are explosive. Maybe draft a guy that runs a 4-1 or 4-2, whatever the case may be, that he can return kicks. If not, keep it pushing, catch the ball, fair catch, and let's let the master at work, man.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What do you think, Chad?
I mean, honestly, bro, like, I don't know enough about special teams to try to sit here and pretend like I'm some type of expert on what's supposed to be happening. I was of the mindset as well that we probably should move off of Danny Crossman due to like what's been happening, all the complaints. I'm really tired of hearing about it. But to be 100% honest, bro, like, do we even know what is occurring and what he's not doing and who he's not putting in position? Like, people are making him responsible for bad punts and missed field goals, and I don't understand how that necessarily translates personally. Maybe I'm not knowledgeable enough to be able to articulate that point and grasp that. That's why, to be real, I don't really honestly have an opinion one way or the other. I mean, I'm not necessarily ecstatic about him being here, but I mean, if McDaniel feels like there's a reason for him being here, then I don't know.
It seems like with Bailey, like specifically the punter Bailey, it seems like he was more of an accurate puncher as opposed to the big leg. So he's supposed to set the defense up to where the opposing offense is in a disadvantage field position wise.
Right.
That was
How is that Crossman's fault? Where does
and it's
Danny
not. That was part of kind of where I was going. Some of the situations I agree it's not his fault, and but I just wonder like what the question I'll pose to everybody is where during the season was strictly Crossman's fault. Why did he do that? Why did he set it up that way? Like, does anybody know?
No,
if you want to keep it a buck, man, like our special teams was not an issue, dog. Our special teams was neither bad or good. It was just like, all right, if you need a punt, here goes a punt. Like we didn't really punt like that, and it didn't become an issue to you're playing these meaningful games that it becomes a thing. We were able to kind of ignore the fact that Dan Beatty wasn't a good directional punter. Because if you're thinking, I thought. Let me just get this off my back, Coach.
Go ahead. I just let you know when you're done.
I figured I figured it's like Mike felt that his offense always, if they were gonna stall, they're gonna stall on the opposite side of the field. So you need a directional kicker to pin the offense in the other side. And Dan Beatty never did that. That was what he did for the Patriots, and we never did that. You can't blame Dan Crossman for that.
So listen, this is the way I see it, and it's actually a two-part thing. So number one, let's break it down. I guess to the nitty-gritty. Did we have a problem making field goals this year? Yes or no?
No,
not really.
All right, so that's move. That's one aspect of special teams. Did we have a problem with punting the ball this year?
No.
Not really.
I mean, we didn't have great punts. We didn't have great punts.
It was inconsistent.
Right. But it was a punter issue. It wasn't a
it was a punter issue.
Right. That's where I'm getting to. Hold on. We're breaking it down. Let me cook. Hold on. So the other aspect, obviously, is kick coverage and punt coverage. Did we have an issue with that?
Nope.
I think at times.
Yes.
I thought we had our punt coverage team was bad, and our kick coverage team was bad. It was shaky. Yeah.
Just remember,
I think it was average to me.
I mean, but the key to that is nobody
inconsistent's a good word.
Yes, inconsistent. Yes,
okay,
perfect.
So I want to just bring out to light on that topic alone. Remember back to the Buffalo game. Okay, so obviously they had a special teams touchdown. Okay, I'm gonna take Chad's not side, but his approach is I don't know what I'm looking at. I just look at the results. The bottom line, was this good or bad? I don't know what Crossman is trying to implement, what he's teaching. I'm not in the meetings. I'm not at the practice. We're not there. So we're just looking at the end result, which at the end is what counts. But there's how do you say, there's a factor, or there's a process to get to that result. So like I said, we had no problems kicking field goals because it looked like Sanders got his swag back. Okay. Punting the ball was inconsistent. We can all agree on that. Kick coverage and punt coverage was inconsistent. And punt returns was really nothing. It was invisible. Now, is it coaching or is it a result of the talent that's doing these things?
Can I say something real quick about that?
Yeah.
I think yes, I agree with Wally said talent. The only issue, if it's a Crossman issue, if it's an the assignments of what you're supposed to do is being miscommunicated by the players. That's when it's a Crossman issue. How many times have we got the punt our field goals or punt block this whole entire year? How many times we allowed touchdowns on kickoff? Those are the real questions you need to ask as far as the
right. And it's with everything else. Like, you don't know if a player is specifically he's not doing his job, which results in a plus play for the other team.
Look at the
or
Bills
is it
game.
the call? Right, exactly. What's
Look
his
at
name? Blew out his knee.
Yeah, Cam Good.
Cam Good.
Blew out his knee and took out Alec Ingold.
So listen, I'm not trying to tell people how to fan. I'm gotten over the fact of arguing online and on social media and on Twitter Spaces and just I've avoided all that because I know what I know out of my experiences of being hands-on and being involved in these things. People know what they know from watching and being a fan, as do I. I don't know, like you guys said, I don't know everything about special teams. I've never been in a meeting room or anything like that. So I don't know what this guy is telling them. People are just basing it on the end result. Okay. Now, we talk about trusting the coaching staff, trusting Mike. Are we not going to trust him if he thinks that Danny Crossman is the best man for this job? I think we have to be consistent and say yes.
Listen, as an offensive line guru, I'm going to trust Mike.
I'm just saying. That's what I think.
For me, I'm gonna leave it up to him. I want to see how it goes. I want to see, now that he mentioned about, addressing the issues and possibly resolving it. Now it's going to be on his hand and Crossman's hand to resolve the issue by getting the right players. So
I think if we ignore the actual elephant in the room, which is roster building, I don't like, to me, special teams, correct me if I'm wrong, special teams is like the guys that have nothing to lose, that are trying to latch on and make the roster and make an impression. We didn't have too many of those guys. We had a bunch of guys that were like, Cam Smith is not going to give it 1,000% on special teams. I'm sorry.
And he should. He should.
And he should. But he believes he should be a starting cornerback. He's beefing with Vic Fangio. That ain't gonna work out. You know what I mean? The only guy you saw walling out there was Bethel. Cam Good was going out there like that. But you think Alec Ingold should be out there?
But hold on. When you talk about special teams, you need a bunch of Mac Hollins. When you got a bunch of intangibles, and no, that's what you're saying, Wally. We saying the same thing. Because we were the biggest advocates for when they did that rebuild to say it, and I think we was the first ones to say, keep Mac Hollins. Just because of what he did on special. He was almost as good as a field goal kicker, to where he was making the plays on special teams from different key positions. He wasn't he wasn't a punt returner, but when you got guys, and I guess to that point, Wally, when you get and you talk about special teams, you need a bunch of guys who are fighting. Those guys from special teams, in my mind, are doing everything possible in special teams to prove they need a chance on that roster. And when you just got guys that are part of the roster that are on special teams that's just getting through the laps of it, you're gonna miss that je ne sais quoi, that essence of what makes a special teams unit great. Because literally, with a great special teams unit, that's a touchdown, that's a field goal, that's literally flipping the field and getting to it to start the ball on the 47. Oh my goodness! Imagine starting the ball on the 47.
The thing is,
right there.
You can't have your prima donnas on special teams. You got to have your Bethel. You can't have Eli Apple out there. Eli Apple's not, you know what I mean? Like, you can't. These are the guys you have out there, fielding out there. That's not gonna work. Duke Riley,
Matt Collins, a free agent.
Bro, look, remember Kader how Kader Kohu got our attention?
I believe he is, actually.
How did Kader Kohu get our
bring
attention?
Matt Collins home, bro.
What did we do? How did Kader Kohu gather our attention? Special teams. And then injuries got him on the field. But it was special teams.
Tell Matt Collins we got an alligator for him. You know, alligators.
I mean, for the low, bring them home.
Listen, but those are the guys you need on your team. And look, even times when we needed plays from Matt Collins, where he was look at that play along the sideline that he caught. With like, bro, not too many dudes.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
But hold on. I'm not talking about him as a wide receiver or being a wide receiver 3 or 4 or anything. I'm talking about the grit and effort you got out of a guy like that on your unit. And it wasn't your 2, it wasn't your 3, it was a 4 or a 5. When Matt Collins was on the field, whether it was special teams or as a decoy wide receiver 4, and you went to him, he made that play.
Mac Hollins is the best fake catcher right now with his team right now. He joins his team. Go ahead, coach.
No, what I was gonna say is that the problem with the whole roster building, and you know, when you're filling out, like it's hard to you're not gonna find, it's so hard to find one guy that said, oh, this guy's specifically going to be special teams. That's it. And you know, he sucks as a corner, he sucks as a receiver, he's gonna be my gunner. You know what I mean? It's hard to do that. That's why they get these guys that they try to do certain things, you know, that are passable or adequate. Or this guy's, you know, he's good enough to, you know, throw him out on the field in a pinch if our corner gets hurt, and then you can put him in there. He'll do a little bit. Now, if he's got to, you know, play for an extended period of time, he's going to get cooked. And I think that's what happened with Eli Apple. I mean, I don't know if Eli Apple came in here or signed to be on special teams, but you know, that's the type of it's not as, you know.
And Matt Collins was tough.
No, he was, but why did he leave? But French, why did he leave here? Because he wanted a bigger role. He didn't leave here to be a special teams guy in with the Raiders. He went there because they probably told him, yeah, you're gonna get a lot more snaps as a wide receiver.
You're gonna be a wide receiver 3
Yeah.
or 4. You feel me? Like
That's what I'm saying.
He ain't coming back here for that.
Like, what you gonna put him as a 3 or a 4 a wideout?
Hey, bro, listen, I ain't doing that.
I mean, he could be my 4th. I ain't gonna lie.
Maybe.
Nah, I'm good.
Maybe.
I'm good, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit your opinion, but like, those are things that these guys have to think about. Like, what more can this guy bring, or even as a player? Like, bro, do I really want to go back there and just be a special teams guy, you know, and be the 6th receiver on the roster?
I'd rather bring DJ Shark or somebody on it. Like the guys that make teams like that, I like the undrafted guys.
Yes.
The undrafted guys are the guys that make the special team pop.
Of course, because bro, it's all about, it's like French said, it's effort, it's the hunger. These guys want to make an impression. That's how people make teams. That's how they make their teams. Special teams, yeah. You know, I mean, obviously not a 1st round pick or nothing like that, but I mean, usually that's the path. The first they're gonna go there, and then they'll say, okay, this guy can really shine, and he flashes here. Let's put him, you know, let's make him a 3rd down back or you know, whatever position that he was, you know, that he played. So
go ahead. The only coach that had that here, that he had he had starters type players on the special team, was Flores. And I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Who was it? You guys don't know. Who was it? Yeah, we just mentioned it. Was it a McMillan that got hurt during a punt or something?
Correct.
On a kickoff.
Bro,
I believe it was
right?
But they usually put those guys in the special teams to get acclimated with the NFL speed and tackling and all that stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I mean,
the first kickoff of the game of his season
of his career. Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
It's unfortunate, but they're going to continue doing that so they can give those young guys some type of
burn, yeah,
adaptability of the NFL speed. So they unfortunately, it's going to always continue with those young guys. You just gotta hope that they don't get hurt.
Speaking of young guys, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about a not so young but still young guy, Christian Wilkins. We got this new money coming up. You know what I'm saying? Are we gonna give him the money now that we have new money? Because if you go back, Fresh, cut it out. If you go back to our recordings, I was like, don't pay them.
No. Y'all said y'all didn't want to give him the money. Hold on, let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back to the podcast. Let me go back to the podcast.
Listen, if you let me land, I ain't gonna hold you. Before I didn't
have
the
money. That was the only one in the Christian Wilkins cap 24.
Before I didn't have the money.
French with his disingenuous.
Bro, this guy.
Hey, I had those Christian Wilkins 2024s on.
Bro, hey, coach.
Stop politicking the fan base with the French.
Where'd you find this?
Hey, coach. I don't know if you ever watched Chespirito and all of that. Yo, French is like those thieves. Like that's French.
Hold on, I gotta look that up, bro. Hold on.
Yo,
Oh no, bro.
French, son. Yo,
Wally,
bruh.
you just
I
killed
was
me,
the,
brother.
I was, hey, y'all ain't want to
French,
get him in this. Hey,
he
hold on.
stole my bar right after I
Wait.
gave him a bar. You saw him
Every
in the show.
listen,
I don't
everybody
wanna hear it.
listening here
Oh my
was on
God,
the
bro.
show 2
Oh,
shows
wow.
ago when y'all was
Oh
like
my
not giving the
God.
money. And
Nah.
when I said
Mechanic
give
hit
Chris,
it.
hold on,
Mechanic
hold on, coach. You're somewhat of a fair arbiter on this. When I
Nah.
said give Christian Wilkins the money, bring back Jerome Baker. Remember when I made these points? They told me I was crazy, coach. Did they not? Did they not? When we were talking about what we were talking about who 3 you keep? Remember the 3 you keep? Oh, hold on. Let me go back to the podcast.
You not remember?
Guys,
Hey,
just in case you need to ever pull receipts, guys, just make sure you go back to the podcast.
French out here
Wow.
politicking to the fan base, talking about this and that, and he was the main lone
Yes,
guy
those guys.
trying to divide the fan base this past season with the
Guys,
Steelers.
Which one is French? Which one is French? This one is
Which one is French?
The one on the left. The one on the left.
Yo, let me do a humble plug. When I need to pull receipts on anybody in this group, guys, I go back to the podcast. I can go to the podcast. Give me 1 second, Wallet. Give me 1 second, Wallet.
No,
Give me 1
cut the
second.
cap. I'm not gonna let you do this on Tour's internet. I'm not gonna let you do it on Tour's internet.
I can go to the podcast on Spotify.
We have the receipts. You go on Spotify, on podcast, on YouTube, everywhere. You was lying at your teeth
They
right
did
now.
not want to give Christian Wilkins the money. I said give Christian Wilkins the money. Bring back Jerome Baker.
Wow.
And who
Oh, so
else I
it's
said,
now
Chad?
give Christian
There was
Wilkins the
there
money.
was one more person.
Wow.
It was
It's
Jerome
now
Baker,
give Christian Wilkins the money, huh?
And I think
Wow.
it was Gate.
Oh, okay. It's now give Christian Wilkins the
My
money.
biggest thing was y'all was trying to give him 24. I said it wasn't 24. This deal is gonna still come in at about. This deal is gonna come in under 20.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
There is no way, French.
There's no way, bro. Christian Wilkins is about to get paid. He's about to get paid a lot.
You think he's gonna get paid under 22 or over 22?
Over 22. Yes.
And we can go back to the podcast with these receipts. Over 22.
Yeah, over 22.
Okay.
He gonna get 22.
Hey,
He
what?
gonna get 22 in a biscuit. He gonna get 22 in a biscuit.
I'm gonna say with 22 times 3 years.
Oh my God.
That puts it at 66. That puts it at 66. I'm saying guaranteed money is under 66.
What?
It might be under 66, but I think that the AAV of the contract is going to be about 24.
He might get 30. He might get a good 30.
It'll be about 20. He's gonna get about that 24 million.
So go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach.
No. What I was gonna say, I don't know, man. There's extra money.
Yeah,
now.
because coach, you don't want to be honest today. You're being
What you mean? I don't want to be honest, bro. I don't want to be honest. I'm honest every day, my man. What are you talking about?
Hey, somebody hook him up to the polygraph.
You're the
Hey, you know what we're gonna do this season?
Wait a minute. This guy was hold on. This guy was advocating for for Zach Sealer all year. Now all of a sudden he's in Christian Wilkins' corner. What in the hell is going on?
But now Christian Wilkins gotta get paid.
Coach, was I wrong? Coach, was I wrong?
Wrong about what?
Was I wrong?
What part?
On Zach Sealer having a better season than Christian Wilkins.
Bro, Blind Squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Get out of
now
here.
It's a,
No. Hold on. And you were
hold on. Hold on. We gotta unpack this.
Let me
we gotta unpack this.
we gonna pack it. Hold on, because if you really want to think about
Coach
it,
being honest, I don't like it, Coach.
Hold on, hey, Coach, let me ask you a question. If Sealer just got paid 10 or 13, right, for whatever he's doing, that's what he got. My man's got 9.5 sacks, and he about to get 24. So who really had the better season? Money talks, right?
French's argument was built on the basis of who was going to have more sacks.
Yeah, we talking about
This
all
is
around
true.
game.
This is true.
It wasn't who had the better season, because if we're gonna talk about who had the better season, it was Christian
Okay.
Wilkins.
So then who had more sacks, Shaq?
Zach Sealer,
Okay,
Shaq
thank
Sealer,
you. Thank
Shaq Sealer.
you.
And
So
now,
once
now
again,
that,
on Tour's internet, I've been vindicated.
you're not vindicated.
But,
You're a
hey,
liar.
hey,
we
Coach,
oh my
Coach,
God. Here we go with the lies.
I got a great show, Coach.
Don't
Bro, you also want to draft the fullback at 21, bro.
It wasn't at 21. It wasn't at 21. Thank you. Hey, Coach.
He wanted to pay two fullbacks top dollar, bro. Come on.
Hey, Coach. You know what we're gonna do?
Why get one? We can get two.
You know what we're gonna do, Coach? Hey, Coach. You know what we're gonna do during this season? I'm gonna look for a polygraph guy, and we're all gonna take polygraph machines, and we're gonna.
That's a good idea.
We're gonna take some polygraphs and see who really for real about these cakes they giving.
I'm gonna pull up
some of
that
y'all don't mean
cold-blooded. I'm gonna pull up that cold-blooded. Know what I'm saying? You're gonna lose.
We're gonna let the viewers send in questions to ask.
We're gonna find out you a liar. So now that we got through the Christian Wilkins situation, thank you, French, for getting exposed in your lies. Let's talk about the potential best cornerback to ever play.
So hold on, Wally. So you're not bringing back Baker too? Hold on, you're not bringing back Baker too?
Sir,
I just want to get you on the recorded line.
Sir, I have a better point to be making. So
okay. Oh, nice. Hey, you see that bachata?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Shout out to my Dominican and Independence Day. Sir, shut up. Xavier Howard is going to be released by the Dolphins.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about that? Is he going in the Ring of Fame? What are we doing?
Yeah, he was a draft pick. He one of ours. We got to do right by ours. Ours. Yeah, we got to do right by him. I feel like he was up there and he played at a high enough level.
Do you retire the jersey?
You gotta let it marinate. You gotta let that marinate. It's way too early. I got people on that list that's been there for a minute. We gotta get with who there first.
I don't think he gets retired. I don't think the jersey gets retired. I don't even think he goes to the ring of ceremony.
Bingo.
No.
Nope.
Nah.
Okay.
I think he's better. I don't like when you boil it down. He was really good for those 2, 3, 4, 4 years. Was it?
Who had a better career here, him or Brent Grimes?
Brent Grimes.
Woo! Yeah. I don't know if we should be talking about that right now. That was a spice game.
Brent Grimes did it for 6 years at Detroit and came over here, did it for 4. And then left.
Atlanta.
No, he was in Detroit.
He's a Falcon, bro.
Was it him? When did he? Let me Google.
He went to the Falcons.
Falcon, bro.
No, he that's before us. Where did he come from?
Yeah, he came from the Falcons. You're right.
And he came from the Lions.
No, hold on. What other Brent Grimes came from?
All right. Let's see.
Let me Google, man.
No, you don't need to Google. I got you right here. So, let's see here. 2009. He was with I was gonna say Houston, with Atlanta. 2008, 2007, Atlanta. 2006 he was signed by Atlanta after he went undrafted in the 2006 draft. So he started in Atlanta.
So he never played with the Lions. I don't know why I got the Lions, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
He had that awesome interception.
Bro.
He got
yeah. He went from Atlanta to here.
Bro, I got to get it in the mud on this show every week. I got to get it out of the mud.
And then he went to Tampa.
Then he went to Tampa, correct.
And then he went either way. I think.
Where'd you get the Lions from, bro?
I don't know, bro.
The interception.
Yeah, it was against the Lions, correct.
Yeah,
he had that interception against the Megatron.
Megatron, yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
But
that was the beginning of the game too.
I would but if you boil it down, is Sam Madison.
So look, wait. So look, I'll make it simple. Okay, there's guys that are in. How do I even say this? There's guys that are in the Ring of Fame the ring of whatever, the ring of honor is what it's called.
Ring of
That
Honor.
are not Hall of Famers.
That's
okay?
fine.
Right. So you're gonna tell me that those guys were not better than X?
That's what I'm saying. He's not better than Sam Madison. He's not better than Pat Surtain. He's not better than Terrell Buckley.
Wow, that's wild.
He's not. Terrell Buckley's a stretch.
He's not. He's better than Patrick Surtain as well.
What?
Yeah, X is better than Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, I mean, that's an argument.
That's an argument. There's an argument there.
Not better than Pat though. I mean, not Pat. Sam.
Sam. Yeah, I don't know about Sam, but
How about Troy? How about Troy?
Then who?
I was like 7 years old, 8 years old when Trey Vincent was on the team. I don't really remember.
Oh, Troy Vincent. Yeah. Damn, that's another.
I'm not educated enough to see that one, but
Dan Marino, I was young when Dan Marino was a quarterback. You still got to respect the people that came before you. Like it doesn't matter whether
Troy was really good, bro.
He was really good. He was really, really good. So was Pat Surtain, man. So was Pat Surtain.
No, but Chad's right. Like Chad, I think he's right. I think it's probably Sam then X.
Yeah, Sam X and Troy.
Probably. Troy and Pat can like fight it out there for third. But I mean, bro. I mean, you and I'm not even gonna bring up like the old time guys because football was different back then. But yeah, no. I mean, listen, his whatever he contributed, everything that he contributed to us, he was good. But to be honored, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Was he really? Because for the
2020, he had a great fucking year. He had a great year.
It was 2018, 2019, 2020.
What was the year that he was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year?
2020.
That's what I'm saying.
And then the past 4 years, he's done nothing.
Yeah, but part of it because he's old. He's older, and injuries catch up. You know,
bro. And at his peak, he went from Byron Jones should not get paid this to.
Yeah, he was a little. Yeah, I agree. I don't know what Chad or Junior feel about this or French, but I think like the whole off the field stuff. Not even so off the field. Let me rephrase that. The whole thing with the contract situation. You know, like I understand kind of like his position when you see a guy who comes in and makes more money than you, but like, is it really
what I'll say to that, coach, is now we're seeing the ramifications of that Brandon Jones year when he folded on us because that was a great year.
Byron.
That's what I said, Byron Jones, right?
I thought you said Brandon.
I heard Brandon too. Yeah, that's okay.
Byron Jones. Yeah. No, my apologies, Byron Jones. Because that was almost a waste of a year for X, and that was a solid season where he played, you know what I mean, pretty good. I don't want to say great, good. I mean, good enough to hold us down. So I would say good to great. So I mean, you know, I if anything, that's just. I mean, we're getting the full purge out of our system from, you know what I mean, the Brian Flores era and just kind of that holdover of guys. So, I mean,
I think he was good for the team. He wasn't good for the team.
Yeah, you're right. He don't go into the ring.
He embarrassed the team off the field. His off-field situation kind of overshadowed how he was so solid the past couple of years, and I think you kind of want to get that out of your team because I know he's going to get a nice contract from Houston or somebody out there because he could still play. But I think he just some players need a reset. He might even go ball out. He just needed to change the scenery. It wasn't worth it.
But the problem I think is also with him is that the physical, when your physical starts to break down, like, yeah, you can have the savvy, the veteran savvy, all that, but when your body doesn't respond and you start, it's consistently, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, he's going to suck wherever he goes, but like he had some injury issues and bro, a groin, that's a problem. Two groins is a problem, especially for a corner. Like for regular people, it's painful. You imagine somebody who's got to be running all the time. Like that's, you know.
Then he hurt a knee or some crap.
Yeah.
He has to go to a zone scheme. He has to be in a zone heavy scheme because he can't play man no more. He can't allow the quarterbacks to sleep and then just his get back speed. That's gone.
Well, some people were suggesting he might
Go
go
to
to
safety, yeah.
Cowboys. He might go to
Oh, wow.
Cowboys or Houston. Don't they play man coverage?
I
Don't they
mean,
do predominantly man? So I don't know.
That's
the
interesting.
NFL is moving to that 3 safety crap that we've been talking about. So I don't know about all this man coverage. I don't know about him covering Tyreek 1-on-1. He's not going to be able to do that.
No, bro. No, you know, maybe zone is good for him, especially in his advanced age. You know, but either way, like I appreciate what he did. Like I can't say that I didn't root for the guy. I rooted for the guy. You know, I typically root for what's on the front of the jersey, not on the back of the jersey. But I appreciate the guy's efforts and what he gave for us. But it comes to a point, bro. Like there's teams like Pittsburgh is one of them that end up. I mean, some can argue that sometimes they let go of people too early. But we've always been one to, like, I don't know, maybe hold on to a guy 1 year, 2 years too long. So I think it's the right move, not only because of, you know, how old he is or whatever, but also fiscally it's the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Like that's a heavy hit, bro, to take on for a guy that you really don't know how his body's gonna hold up, if he's gonna. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it's the nature of the beast, man.
So how do you replace X? Cam Smith, that's it? Or are you drafting and signing?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, I saw flashes of Cam last year, and you know, it's been well publicized what the issue was there. And he's got the right mindset, so I really don't know what was so. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Coach. I was gonna say, go get me a veteran. Go. You know what I mean? Go get
me. But that's a stopgap, French. That's the problem.
I mean, but you can get a stopgap guy in process.
You got to get this kid reps, bro. You're never gonna know how he's gonna be unless he plays.
What you gotta do is find a guy like you gotta find a guy that's better than Eli Apple, that's gonna make the kid compete, but the kid's gonna beat him out. You know what I'm saying? Like and in the pinch,
Ronald Darby, something like
that. Yeah. And then in the pinch, the guy could play too, but not Eli Apple. Eli Apple was bad. You need someone that could play both sides of the thing. Just to
I was gonna say like a Stephon Gilmore. I still like him.
Oh my God, no!
He was so bad last year, bro.
Bro, my God, bro.
He was bad.
I think there was hold last year, bro.
He was Sauce Senior, bro.
Yo, this guy.
But I think French is he's not totally off in what he's saying. I just think he's got maybe the wrong guy, but somewhere in that range, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, somebody who's not going to command a lot of money. You know what I mean?
I do agree with that.
I'm with you on a proven veteran that could play, that could man out there. So do you know what I mean? So that Darby's not a bad name.
Yeah, but Darby, that's the guy that was in the Ravens last year, right?
Yeah, he was with Weaver.
That makes sense.
There's going to be a lot of guys available for us to acquire.
Look, I've always liked Raquel Sim. I thought Raquel Sim was supposed to be the Byron Jones 2.0 type stuff that actually played, but he got hurt when he went to the Ravens. I thought it was a nice pickup by them last year, but the injuries, so maybe they release him. He comes out here, he has a renaissance, but I wouldn't mind that as a camp body, as a maybe 4th or 5th option to see if he gets his career back out here. Names like that to bring to push people, not names that got burnt, bro. Like this, you know what I mean? I might even draft the kid. I might even
but what if we have the guy in house? We have White Lightning, bro. What's the kid's name?
Yeah, but you still want to. You're still in that development stage, so you don't. You still want to go get you a veteran that can provide both guidance and competition.
You got to get a backup slot.
Is there a guy that can do both boundary and slot? Is Darby the guy who can provide that?
I think Chad did talk about him that he can do both. Chad, am I right?
Darby could do it. Nick Needham can, but Nick Needham is suspect out there.
That was, I don't know, man. I don't know what the story. I don't know if that was a Fangio thing situation.
And I like Nick Needham. Man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him.
I don't care what anybody says. I like Nick Needham, man. He a dog. He played hard, man. Whatever he was, every rep was 100%. 100% going hard. So I don't know. I thought he was a top nickel corner before he got injured. So
Arthur Mollett, I believe, is also going to be a free agent as well. Nickel guy from the Ravens. Mollett from the Ravens.
What was the guy that just got cut from them? He was an older guy. Was it Humphrey?
Humphreys. Was it Humphreys? No, Humphreys not cut.
No, I think they cut. I think there was reports that he could be cut.
Oh, okay.
Could be cut.
I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm looking forward to the combine. If I can see some of these guys like Gabe Hall, that's the cornerback. This guy we talked about, the cap. His name is Newton from TCU. I'm gonna look him up right now to see how he tests out. Man, there's a few guys that could probably foot the bill. Josh Newton.
Yeah, I've heard his name.
Josh Newton is also the kid from Oregon and lanky corner, 6'3".
So check this out. I got the list of free agent corners, right? So they have here. I'm looking at PFF #1 ranked corner for free agency is Jalen Johnson from the Bears. Number two is L'Jarius Sneed, which we already found out today. I think it was today that Kansas City's gonna franchise him.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna tag him. Then you got Kendall Fuller,
injury prone.
Chidobe Awuzie from the Bengals.
I like him.
French's boy Stephon Gilmore. Steven Nelson from the Texans. Kenny Moore from the Colts. Tell me if you guys recognize any of these guys. Obviously, we know this guy, Dory Jackson. And who's this guy? Keyshawn Nixon from the Packers, or Kayshawn.
He's kick return option as well.
I like him.
Probably the best kick returner in football. So if you talk everything better, that's a guy who you could target who's going to bring that explosive ability on special teams, and he can be a real difference maker.
But that's a 2-for-1 right there.
Corner? Is he a slot corner? I wonder if you give him that.
I want it to be more of a boundary, but I don't know how good he is as a corner. I just know he's a great returner.
Look, you could say that you might strike on something on him because the Green Bay has some nice corner, and they have nice corners. So it was hard for him to probably get on the field within them.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, give him the opportunity to allow him to compete at least.
To be our Justin Bethel.
Yeah, maybe.
Yo, but listen, just for the fact that he's a kick returner, he's good. Like, he's one of the like that's a 2-for-1. I'll take that.
How much do you think that'll cost you, Chad?
I mean, I think he's going to be in the maybe $3 to $5 million range. I'd say conservatively. I'm not going to say for sure.
Ooh.
So yeah, the last one is Sean Murphy Bunting from the Titans.
I like him too.
They have him at the 10th.
Not a terrible name.
I like him too. He hasn't really panned out in the league, but he got talent.
So let me ask you guys that have been doing like your homework with the draft. If there's a top corner that falls to you at 21, are you taking him?
Not for me. It depends on what we do in the free agency. I think a lot of these questions is a free agency.
I don't care. I don't care what they're doing free agency. I'm not taking a cornerback at 21.
So if that kid from Iowa drops there,
Cooper DeJean, because of the versatility, he can play slot, he can play safety, probably gonna be more of a safety.
Dog,
the kick return, punt return ability with him, like I think that's a player that you may consider taking at 21, honestly. As well as Quinyon Mitchell, the Toledo Tulane.
Toledo.
Right.
Toledo.
I want to say Toledo or Tulane. One of those, I believe. But yeah, he's another kid he's pretty good, man. Like it'd be hard to pass on some of these guys. I think Chris Gerke tempted.
I have him as a slot though, bro.
Who, Quinyon?
Yeah.
No, I think he could play boundary.
I mean,
he proved himself in the Senior Bowl
Yeah,
because
he
people slotted him as a slot as well, and then they put him at.
But honestly, I really like TJ Tampa, who's more of a day two guy. I'm really high on him.
Bro, I like the kid from Notre Dame too. What's his last name? Hart?
Cam Hart, yeah. And Mike Sinistrel from Michigan.
Yes.
I think he's another guy who's like, bro, like I think he's a football player, boy. Like,
yeah, you guys have mentioned him a couple times.
Yeah, but he's more of a nickel. He's more of a nickel, but I mean,
he can hit.
Hey,
he can hit.
you need it. You know what I mean? We need it. With him and Caden, you be straight.
Is there a Texas A&M guy that plays a nickel?
No, 100%. I know Florida State has Renato Green.
There was this kid in the Senior Bowl. I'm drawing blank on him. He was playing the nickel in the Senior Bowl. I gotta go back to see my notes.
Yeah, I'm not like too familiar with what you're talking about, but there's some options, you know what I mean? So I mean, whether the draft or free agency, I think you probably need to add something to go along with Cam Smith just to kind of hedge and just to provide the extra depth. I don't think you never really have too many good corners.
Yeah.
So I think it's always an option.
But I just don't like. Look, if you drafted the Iowa kid there, I get it. I'm not gonna be mad, but you have to be like this, like the best, or at least
like a
help
starter.
me. Yeah, help me out in 2 or 3 positions because that kid can play like you just said, a safety, deep inside slot.
Right.
That's not
You would hate to draft a guy and not be able to be your number 2 or number 1 corner, and then where's his right?
I'm with that, but like there was a Mel Kiper like mock draft, and they had us taking my top target, which is Troy, the kid from Washington. Even though I like Rosenberg too, hey man, if we end up with any of the tackles from Washington, I'm winning because he can play both. But they got him playing guard. I think he can play left tackle in the league.
Hey, speaking of tackle, like Mike also spoke about this today at the combine that they're going to give Teron plenty of time to decide if he's going to retire or what. Contrary to the reports that were put out, I believe last week, that he was set to come back. So there's a little bit of a conflict of reporting there on some of the beat writers that we have locally versus coming straight from the horse's mouth that there hasn't been anything concrete with Teron yet, that he's going to give him the benefit of time to decide if he wants to come back or not. So do you guys have any, I mean, I know we've gone ad nauseum, like talked about plenty of tackles or whatever, but what's your guys' position on that?
I think Mike McDaniel is playing games with the NFL to make them think we might draft a tackle in the draft, or might be going after a tackle free agency because Tissa's not retiring.
Yeah, I don't think so either. There's a lot of money to be left on the table. What else do you guys think?
As far as what? I'm sorry, I had a phone call.
Wow. It's just he wears a cutoff shirt, has a Mickey Mouse, a Minnie Mouse.
Bro, like about T-Stead, bro, if he's gonna play or not.
What?
Go ahead, Chad.
Well, that was actually me. But...
Oh, you French? Go ahead, French.
Oh, French. Go ahead, French.
Wow, I missed you even speaking.
I'm like Durham Smythe. If you don't look to the right, I'm wide open.
I meant mobile.
Dropping bars, bro.
French,
what do you think? You think Teron's gonna play or not?
I think it's gonna play, bro. You're not gonna turn down that money. I like the cohesion and him coming back too, because he got a little bit to prove too. Because last season, even when he played good, but he didn't play his best ball. So
French,
I mean, I like this.
French, why are you whispering?
He's outside.
Are you outside, French?
No, I'm outside. What are you talking about?
You're like whispering, bro. Like you're hiding from somebody.
No,
can't yell, B.
Say it with your chest, boy.
And I ain't gonna hold you. T-Stat is a man of pride, dog. And Austin Jackson was better than him last season. He had to come back and get it back in blood.
You gotta come back and dominate. I need domination from that position from him.
Mechanic, did you hear what we're talking about now, Mechanic? Do you have more or less grasp of the situation of the conversation?
What up?
Oh, he probably has another phone call.
Oh, he got another phone call. Yeah.
That's he out here like T-Stat. He trying to make his mind up.
When you a president, man, you know you got all these calls. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's on the phone, bro. He's
Just like,
oh man. So yeah, no, it's the combine starts up tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow. It has to be tomorrow.
Nah, it started today, but they were doing like the measurement and all that good stuff. I'm gonna check my recording. I'm gonna check my recordings to see if I have any like field work. I'm looking forward because a bunch of guys in freaking jumping like barely clothed are gonna go crazy and run a crazy 40s. And
the pajama Olympics.
Yeah, the pajama Olympics. And you're gonna get these quarterbacks. But there's people talking about Joe Milton, the quarterback that transferred from Virginia Tech to go that played at Tennessee. He was trash. They want us to take him as a backup development. Like, I don't understand.
Well, maybe the combine might work in our favor until some of these guys might get pushed up the board and somebody's falls to us.
Yes, Jalen Daniels is the quarterback that's making the most jumps right now. He's making a crazy jump, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a team out there, a sleeper team that jumps up for Spencer Rattler if he has crazy testing.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be good. By the way, we got boots on the ground over there. I got some. I'm not gonna reveal my source, but we have some people over there that be getting some information soon. Hopefully tomorrow, as things tomorrow and throughout the week as things develop, we'll be dropping some nuggets for you guys and
boots on the ground.
They got the Fisher Prize binoculars.
Yep. They're gonna be, we'll be bringing some nuggets for sure. I think we've covered it all, man. I'm not gonna go through the whole Tua comments from McDaniel and all the other stuff that gets beaten in the ground. Plenty of conversation about that. That's argued in other places, and I don't think it's something that we should. But any things on you guys' mind?
We even talked about the fullbacks that French did again. I think we had a good show today.
French, who's going to be the next Jim Jensen, bro? I need to know.
Fullback list coming soon, bro. I'm still compressing.
To be continued. Bro, wait a minute. French is doing the Trump, bro. Hey, I'm gonna produce the list at some point 4 years later. That motherfucker.
Yo, French, you can tell what you do for a living. Mechanic, wow. Are you here? Are you partaking of the festivities? Or you? No, he's not here. Well, guys,
nope.
Great show by me once again.
All right, guys. Listen,
carry the show again, guys. You know what I mean? Look, you see what I'm saying?
We don't call him Wally Hunt.
Wally Hunt? Wow.
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Great show today, guys. You know what I'm saying? We coming back with more stuff. We got the combine. Then after that, we're gonna have the pro workouts, and then it's gonna be some stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep out doing our job. French gonna have a fullback list 3.0 by season starts. Don't worry about it.
Comprehensive list.
We gonna have it. You're gonna get an Excel spreadsheet and all that. Don't worry about it.
Listen, you're gonna wait for that for like 2 years.
Hey, listen. This is gonna be in the depth list. Just watch.
All right.
That man, when we started the off season and the targets and all of that, French is like, I'm gonna come up with my list. I'm gonna come up with a list. And then the best he did was a fullback list, and he hasn't come up with not one fullback.
Bro, if history serves us, we're gonna be waiting for a long time, my boy.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the win, man. I'm out of here, man. You guys have a great one. Mechanic, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Let's try that again. I can't end it till it drops, bro.
dale suavecito.